Hello folks, what's up? Welcome back to World of Tanks. Trading event once again until 4th February. So, if you have some tank you played like 1000 battles with it and you're bored, you don't want to play it anymore, or you have some new premium, you don't like it at all, and you would like to trade it, well, guess what? This is your chance. I'll give you my picks for this trade-in, and we'll speak about all those details and what we need today when it's about premium tanks, of course. In today's meta, my opinion is that if you have a too low alpha damage and really, questionable penetration values of standard shells, that's not a ideal premium tank for you, or for me, or for anyone. Because we're all playing premium tanks to earn credits, right? Okay, I know. You have some premium tank with not a great penetration value of standards, then you load gold, you're doing a lot of damage with that tank pretty often, and yeah, it's good for you. You're earning some credits even when you're loading like full gold. But that's not gonna happen with every single tank here in this game. Not a chance. So, please, all your opinions down in comments below so that, yeah, we can discuss about it. For example, I want to trade my Löwe right now. What we have here. I spoke with probably 10 of you about this TL7 because I like to play tier 9s a lot. But all of you said to me that this is really bad gun handling, and I'm kind of thinking right now, should I take some gold and take this tank for myself and try to enjoy with it, or should I just skip it? We'll see these days, I guess. I have time until 4th February. Alpine Tiger or WZ111 tank I traded. You have it for bonds, but penetration value of standards 196. I wouldn't say this is enough. Okay, I know you can hit and you can penetrate a lot of shots with standards, but playing against the tier 9s, 0.4 dispersion, so your gun handling is questionable. How often you'll penetrate your shots? Wait, you need to connect, you need to hit your shots. So you can play full gold. It's a really good question. How many shots you'll connect and penetrate, and at the end of the day, this is not gonna be my pick, that's for sure, because you should try to avoid it. If you wanna have it, you're a tank collector or something, just take it for bonds. Interesting that T34, a lot of purple players were saying this tank needs some buffs, need this, need that. Let me tell you something. You have 248 standard shell penetration. Okay, gun handling is a bit questionable. I know, not a great armor at all, but you have 10 degrees of gun depression. I think this tank still works. Please write down in comments. If I'm wrong, you can correct me always. So this is still solid, my opinion. If we go further, AMX also we have for bonds. Tank is still good. This one, just skip it, go around like you didn't even saw that. Somoa SM, probably the best pick when it's about heavies in this trade-in event. Why? I know this tank looks like a Lorraine 40T, but this is not Lorraine 40T, so you'll bounce some shots here and there, that's for sure. 5 shells, 225 intra-clip reload, 232 standard shell penetration value. I know, a bit problematic, maybe questionable gun handling, but you can solve that with some equipment modules. So this is gonna be my best pick when it's about heavy tanks in this trading event. Come on, 5 shells, yeah, 300 alpha, a bit unusual, but this tank is really, really good. When you compare it, 35 seconds of reload, when you compare it with some other autoloaders premium tanks in tier 8, you have some tanks like, for example, T77, exactly the same, I think. Reload time with 3 shells and 360 alpha, and as well questionable gun handling. So this one is for sure better, if you ask me. So let's check what's next. Defender, of course, great pick, but we have it for bonds. Y tank, or Yoch tanks, how people like to call it. I don't have my personal experiences with those tanks, so I'm not competent to say a word about them, so I need to skip it, sorry. Destroyers, people like to compare this one with the WZ. WZ I checked, I tried it, I have a video on my channel with that tank, and let alone those numbers we have on a paper here, yes, you have huge alpha, you have solid penetration value of standards. When you hit hard, yeah, but you'll miss a lot of shots, so I don't like this tank at all. In compared to other, and this is really, really interesting tank, so when it's about destroyers, probably this is going to be my pick. Yeah, 390 alpha, really great penetration value of standards, and aiming time and dispersion, just great. Mobility of this tank, man, concealment, mobility, this is really not just solid, because you can change locations like this. If you are that type of a person who would like to just snipe from the back, from those bushes, I guess STRVS-1 is tank for you. But this is something similar, it's just better, you know. You can change locations, you can flank when that's something you need to do, you can help your team. With the S1 with similar stats, okay, I know gun handling is much better with S1, but I have that tank and I'm missing a lot of shots with it, so think twice if you're choosing tank destroyer for you. Maybe this is gonna be the one. If we look at our 112, just skip it, because similar tank as WZ-111, it's just not worth your time and your gold. Especially STG, you have it for bonds. Škoda T27 paper tank, gun handling is not that great. You need to load golds because standard shell penetration is 202. Yeah, 202, I was right. So you're not gonna earn a lot of credits with it. You can do I don't know how much damage, but playing against tier 9s, for example, you need to load some gold, that's for sure. And yeah, once again, need to mention the questionable gun handling, so far away from being something I would choose for myself. That's why I'm not recommending that for you. We have Patriot. Yeah, right now we're coming back to that thing I mentioned at the beginning. I had that tank, played a lot of games with this tank, but I traded. Why, Alex, you traded Patriot? Are you crazy, man? 240 alpha for me in today's meta. Okay, I have 230 standard shell penetration. I played this tank I don't know how many battles against tier 10s, so yeah, I needed to load a lot of gold, and I was like, okay, I made this gun work somehow, I'll do damage. Yeah, sometimes you're bouncing, sometimes you're missing your shots against those tier 9s, tier 10s, and at the end of the day, you're not trading, man. You're hitting for, let's say, 250, 260, sometimes 270. You can have those high rolls, of course. But then you receive like 400 or 500, and then you're scratching your head and you're asking yourself, why the hell I played this premium, man, in today's meta? So this is not going to be my pick, so far away from being that, just because of alpha damage. I'm not saying, if this tank would have preferential matchmaking, this would be ideal. Against tier 10s, and you're going to play against tier 10s pretty damn often, hell no. So nope. Please, maybe you agree with me, maybe not. All your opinions down in comments below so that we can discuss about it, of course. Next we have Chrysler. Questionable tank, armor is really solid frontally, so maybe some of you like that play style. I would go back once again to that standard shell penetration value, and that's the first reason this is not going to be my pick. I already said Soma S7, it's about heavy tanks, just because 198 in today's meta, and also gun handling can be trollish, unfortunately, but nope. Let's go down. We have T54 mod 1. If you're a medium tank player and you really like this tank, it's something similar as that 274 object 274 I took from last trade-in. Why I'm saying object 274, even though I'm struggling that much, man. Oh, you cannot even imagine. Just because penetration values are much better on 274 than this tank. That's why. Gun handling is similar. So if you compare those two tanks, I would highly recommend you to take 274 if you want that medium tank from this trade-in. But if you're not for medium, you have better picks here, that's for sure, because also 274 is not the best one, believe me, man. Yeah, trollish armor here and there, you can bounce some shots. Gun, okay, I mean, that penetration values are solid, but all in all, nothing that special. Those tanks, I'm not a great fan of them, so I don't know what should I say, man. We have a lot of outdated tanks here. Tanks really need some buffs, a lot of them here. So I don't want to recommend something I wouldn't take for myself. You know what I mean? So those tanks. Super Pershing. I played more than 1,000 battles in my Super Pershing, and I would say that this tank still can work, just because tank has really solid armor to offer. Yes, I know, not that great standard shell penetration, 202. Reload time is solid, gun handling on paper not that great, but live when you're playing it, you don't feel that dispersion is that bad. At least was my experience. So I don't know. One question mark here. Maybe yes, maybe not. Reliable armor, that's for sure. But once again, penetration value is a bit of, maybe you need to load a lot of goals here as well. And that's not something I like when we're speaking about that credit earning. You know that we're not earning a lot of credits, especially not if you compare our silver earnings in 2025 and in 2015. So that's why I'm speaking about that at first. So we need to pay attention on those penetration values. That's why, for example, T103 is a great tank. You have 258, it's just huge profile. But on the other hand, you can pick over some rocks on some really interesting places. You can play with this tank, places on which you cannot play with some other tanks. So this is a kind of a unique vehicle, if you ask me. Armor can work, but this ring here, yeah, you'll receive a lot of damage. If you are that type of player who has like crazy good awareness, then this is also one of those picks for you, I guess. Next, what we have here is tanks I'm really not fan of, but please correct me if I'm wrong. If you can still play really good with them, maybe I'm wrong, but I'll just skip those tanks. I wouldn't take for myself. That's just, I don't want to give you some false hopes, you know what I mean? You take the tank and then later, hey Alex, one big fat F in the chat for you, man. No. This is light tank every single person should try, for sure. Not just because fast reload, but high explosive shells this tank has, they're awesome. Already spoke with some of you, and maybe if some of you have that Hawk 30, then okay, they are similar. It's just a bit of a different design when it's about how tank looks like, but shells are pretty damn similar. So if you don't have Hawk 30 and you would like to try something like this, yeah, this is the light tank for you, for sure. Really fast reload. Shells are pretty solid, considering you're playing light tank. And high explosives are godlike, literally. Gun dispersion on paper looks not awful, but not that far away from that. When you're playing that tank, you don't feel that often. I'm not missing that many shots with my Bulldog. Similar tanks here, just few differences, not that huge differences at all. So light tank enjoyers, be free to take this one for yourself if you want light tank from trade-in event, because with this one, especially with those high explosive shells, for sure you'll have a blast. Not a question at all. So let's summarize what we did here. I wanted to tell you all about my picks. I paid attention on penetration value of standards, except when we spoke about this light tank, because yeah, different play style, and I guess different things we need to pay attention on. Yeah. Heavy tanks, I think the best pick here in this trading event is Somoa SM. Medium tanks, I'll let you choose that, because different play styles, some of you like to play like medium tanks, like I don't know, heavy mediums, to go on heavy line and try to bounce something. And if you have great DPM, a bit lower alpha, maybe you think that's the great stuff, and that's how you can work and win your battles, then okay, I agree. So I let you choose your medium. Tank destroyers, I would be free to say this one is the best here. And of course, light tanks, try it, you'll not regret it, that's for sure. Luckily we don't have artillery here, as that would be crazy. Just to mention, from my last trading events, I took tanks like let me check. TS5 I took Object 274A, and I took CS Lys. Medium, I took second one after 274, CS Lys. Please, all of you folks, write down in the comments below all your picks. What do you think about this trading event? I kind of think that they should have put some more tanks here, you know. There are some also outdated tanks. They need some buffs. There are some tanks people just doesn't want to throw away gold or real money on it, but maybe, because tanks are not that bad, also not on the top, but you know, somewhere in the middle, so still playable and interesting maybe. They should put all those tanks inside of those type of events that people can choose. I know a lot of you still have some 10, 20, 50,000 gold maybe from those boxes. You can see I already spent mine. And I hope really that Wargaming in some future, they'll put a lot more tanks here so that we can choose not just from tier 8s, also from tier 9s, because to have just TL7 here, I think we should have at least like 5 tanks here, all those first tier 9 premium tanks. Some people miss those opportunities, and maybe they have a lot of gold right now and they're all like, hey, I would like that tank, but they didn't offer it. So okay, maybe I'll wait for some next opportunity. So Wargaming, please, you know, add more tanks here in trading event, because people maybe would like to have them and we don't have that opportunity just because you want real money from us, or maybe something else, I don't know. All of your suggestions and ideas down in the comments below, please. All of your picks, you'll take something from here, or you're just gonna, you know, skip it for now. And that's it. Hope that you enjoyed. If you agreed, I'm happy. If you didn't agree with my picks, I understand you and I respect your picks. And of course, that all depends of our play styles, of our point of view. That's of course normal, because we're all unique on some, you know, specific way. I wish you a nice day, folks. Smile, don't forget it. That's something really most important for every single one of us these days. And of course, don't forget to snipe good kisses from Alex. And see you later. Yeah, see you later, alligator. We'll have some live and we'll continue with our onslaught struggle. Of course, what else? Have a great evening, folks. Kisses from Alex, and bye-bye.